You're at a crowded wedding reception. The music is a little too loud, glasses are clinking, and you're deep in a story with the person next to you. You're completely focused on them. But then, from a table way over by the dance floor, a laugh breaks out, and through that blur of sound, you hear it. Your name. Your head snaps around before you've even made a conscious choice to move. Or maybe you're walking down a busy city street, lost in a podcast, the sounds of traffic and chatter just a wall of noise. Until someone calls out a name, your name, and suddenly the entire world snaps into focus. It feels like your ears are running a secret surveillance program, constantly scanning the environment just for you. Like a background app that never, ever closes. This little moment is a fascinating clue to how your brain decides what's important, even when you think you're not paying attention at all. Psychologists have a great name for this: the cocktail party effect. It's a perfect description of our ability to tune into a single voice in a sea of noise. But your name breaking through is a special case of this. It's a demonstration of what's called selective attention. Think of your brain as constantly managing a priority list of all the sounds and sights around you. Most things get ignored, but a few special signals, especially ones that sound like they're about you, get a VIP pass. They get to jump the entire line and go straight to the front of your awareness. No waiting required. So, why is our brain hardwired for this? Let's zoom out. Imagine our ancestors living in a tight-knit, bustling group, surrounded by the sounds of wind, animals, fire, and dozens of other conversations. The ability to instantly pick out a signal meant for you was a superpower. It wasn't just about safety, like hearing someone shout a warning. It was also deeply social. Hearing your name could mean you were being invited to share food, included in a plan, or called over by the group's leader. It was a signal of your place in the tribe. The brains that were best at this me detector were more likely to survive, connect, and thrive. So this isn't a bug, it's a feature honed over thousands of years. How did scientists figure this out? It started in the 1950s with experiments on dichotic listening. A researcher named Colin Cherry put headphones on people and played a different story in each ear. He asked them to repeat one story out loud as they heard it. A tricky task called shadowing. Most people could do it, proving we can filter out one channel to focus on another. A few years later, a researcher named Moray added the brilliant twist. While someone was busy shadowing the story in their right ear, he quietly slipped their name into the supposedly ignored message in their left ear. The task takes a ton of mental energy, so nothing else should get in. And yet, about 1/3 of the participants flinched. They stopped talking or reported hearing their name. Their own name was the one piece of information special enough to crash through that powerful mental wall. The filter wasn't just leaky, it had a secret door just for them. And when scientists look inside the brain with scanners that track blood flow, they see something really cool. When you hear a random word, your brain's auditory centers light up. Simple enough. But when you hear your own name, a whole other network kicks into gear. It's a group of regions, especially in the front and center of your brain, that some neuroscientists call the me network. This is the part of your brain that handles your sense of self, your memories, your daydreams about the future. So when your name is spoken, it's not just a sound. It's a key that unlocks this entire self-related system. The sound gets instantly connected to everything that makes you, you. It's the brain's way of saying, pay attention. This isn't just noise. This is about us. This special tuning starts incredibly early. Researchers have found that babies as young as 4.5 months old already show a preference for their own name. They will reliably turn their heads and listen longer when they hear their name compared to other similar-sounding names. This is months before they understand language in any meaningful way. It shows that your name is one of the very first, most fundamental anchors your brain uses to organize the world of sound into stuff about me and everything else. Your name is so powerful, it can even break another one of the brain's rules, something called the attentional blink. If you're shown two images or words in very quick succession, you'll often miss the second one. Your brain is so busy processing the first target that it effectively blinks for a fraction of a second, and the second target never registers. But your name can dodge this blink. In experiments where words flash by on a screen, people consistently spot their own name even when it appears right in that blink window where other words would be missed. It gets VIP access past the brain's temporary bottleneck. But here's a fantastic twist that turns this all on its head. You might think that the most focused, sharpest people would be best at hearing their name, right? It's the opposite. In a clever 2001 study, researchers found that people with a lower working memory span, that's the brain's mental scratchpad, actually heard their name 65% of the time in those headphone tests. But the people with a high-capacity working memory? They only noticed it 20% of the time. Think of your attention as a nightclub, and working memory is the bouncer. A person with lower working memory has a pretty relaxed bouncer. The ropes are loose, and some interesting characters, like your own name, can slip in from the noisy street outside. But a person with high working memory has an elite bouncer. They are laser-focused on the approved guest list, the task at hand. Nothing gets in that isn't supposed to. They are so good at filtering out distractions that they even block their own name. So, if you sometimes miss your name being called when you're deep in thought, don't worry. It might just be a sign of a very effective mental bouncer. Once you see this pattern, you'll notice it everywhere. You're skimming dozens of email subject lines, your eyes glazing over, until one contains your name and you stop dead. It's a verbal highlighter. You're in a chaotic online game, and the voice chat is a mess of callouts until your username is spoken, and you instantly lock in. At a train station, a garbled announcement drones on until a mispronounced version of your last name comes through, and you're suddenly all ears. Even our tech copies this trick. Your smart speaker ignores hours of conversation, but it snaps to attention for its wake word, a short, distinct label designed to slice through household noise, just like your name. But this priority system is flexible. Your name is high on the list, but it's not always number one. Context is everything. If you're walking through a quiet library and someone whispers your name, you'll hear it. If you're in that same library and someone yells, "Fire!" your brain will correctly give the threat word top priority. Your name's power is always being weighed against other important cues, signs of danger, the cry of your child, or words related to your immediate goal. The brain is constantly asking, what is the single most important thing for me to notice right now? And the answer can change in a heartbeat. Knowing this, you can be a bit more intentional about how you get someone's attention. Instead of just launching into what you need, try leading with their name, spoken calmly and clearly. Give it a tiny pause to let it land before you continue. This small act signals to their brain's filtering system, hey, this next bit is for you. Of course, there's a fine line. Overusing someone's name can feel fake or manipulative, like a pushy salesperson. The goal isn't to trick someone's brain, but to simply and respectfully signal that your message is relevant to them, right here, right now. Now, a couple of quick caveats. This effect isn't universal. Not everyone will hear their name in a noisy room. How tired you are, whether you've had a drink or two, your individual hearing ability, and, as we saw, how deeply you're concentrating can all change how easily your name breaks through. And remember, there isn't one single name detector spot in the brain. It's a team effort between your hearing centers, your attention networks, and that me network, all working together. It's a beautifully complex system, not a simple on-off switch. So the next time your head snaps around at a party, you'll know exactly what's happening. Your brain is running its constant, silent, and incredibly effective ranking system, deciding what matters most from the chaos of the world. It's a reminder that your sense of self is so deeply embedded in your mind that it physically shapes what you notice. Your name isn't just a label. It's a key, a spotlight, and a VIP pass, all rolled into one. If you're into exploring one cognitive quirk at a time, this is what we do here. We break down the fascinating patterns of our minds without the jargon. If this was useful, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. Poke around the channel, take care of that amazing brain of yours, and we'll see you next time.